the stare of the champion against the challenger. Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Wait a minute!
What up, y'all? This your boy, Celeb. Gaming with Celeb, wrestling with Celeb, whatever Celeb doing, we all in here with Celeb. Got my boy Altman, you know what I'm saying? Augustus Altman out there suplexing folks and driving them on the head, Eddie Guerrero style with the shimmy shaky. You know, we got a lot going on, you know, with the wrestling industry. And that's not even just from independent wrestling. We also got a lot going on in WWE. We got a lot going on in AEW, New Japan Wrestling. But what we want to start off with first, we want to start off with just asking a couple questions to my boy Altman, getting his point of view. Altman, how you been out there, man? How you been feeling? How your training been going and stuff, bro?
Training's been really good, man. You know, I feel like, I'm progressing from when I started back. I learned a lot more. It's like the more I do it, it's like I want more. It's addictive. So, unfortunately, I can't be there today. I was supposed to be at training this morning, but I'm under the weather right now. I don't want nobody getting sick behind me. So,
Hey, look,
yeah.
I understand that. You don't want to get nobody sick out there. You know what I'm saying? Can't do that. So, other than that, man. So, did you see SmackDown this past Friday?
I saw a glimpse of it Friday night. I don't know. I think I went to sleep, dozed off or something. But I did catch a glimpse of when Trick Williams made his debut.
Trick Williams with the debut. They had a lot of good things going on. Huge debut for Trick Williams. I feel like him with the lemon pepper steppers. You know what I mean? I feel like he's gonna get a good push. I feel like him and Sami Zayn are gonna have a good series of matches. It's gonna also lead to Trick Williams also challenging Carmelo Hayes. If
I was thinking about it, him and Carmelo Hayes. I mean, at one point, what they tagging together in NXT, I believe.
Yeah, they was big friends in NXT for a minute. Yeah, they were big friends in NXT, tagging together in NXT. Both prominent champions in NXT, and now they're both called up in the wrestling industry or in the WWE, and they're both now doing what they got to do. Hopefully, they get the push that they deserve. Ilya Dragunov, I hope he continues to get the push that he deserves as well. It would be nice to see him continue to get that push as well. Jordan Grace got called up. If you haven't been keeping up with her as well, she's been getting pretty jacked. I don't know if she's getting ready to do a show or something like that, but she's been.
I just recently saw a post she had posted. I think it was yesterday. She is jacked to the gills, man. I'm like, what the hell are you on? Whatever you got, I need. You know what I mean?
Steroids. And it's okay. People. I'm gonna just tell you like this: TRT to testosterone replacement, HGH, bro. I'm on that. I'm on HGH. I'm on testosterone replacements. I get injections every week. And yes, you get jacked, bro. Like you start feeling major differences within the first week. And it's not cheating, bro. This isn't cheating, bro. This isn't like it ain't cheating, bro. This is repair.
I had a question. What are the side effects to those shots?
So for me, at my age, the side effects would be different for you and your age. So yeah, I'm about to be 40 this year, and see, I want to continue to gain muscle in a good pace, but also kind of rapidly. So I take 1 milliliters, but what it does do, it gives you like a little back acne, makes your hair grow a little bit more. Some people, if they can't grow hair, if they're not able to grow hair, then the balding gene to stay in them. They won't, they still won't grow hair. So if they have the balding gene, um, your libido goes up. You wake up every morning like this,
Oh no.
and your wife is gonna have a fit.
You know what, man? I don't need it. Why not?
Hey, but listen, when you run the ropes and you feel injured, your recovery time is accelerated.
Mhm.
As long as you're eating healthy, as long as you're dieting right, your recovery time is accelerated. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, because that was the first thing on my mind. Like if I told myself if I go to training today, the first thing I'm gonna do after I finish stretching, that's usually the first thing I start doing, running the rope. It's kind of like to me, it's best to get my cardio up
Mm-hmm.
before I do training matches.
Yeah.
So that way my mind process would be like, okay, it's time to go. You know what I'm
Right. And
saying?
people don't realize running the ropes, man, that stuff hurts.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
painful. It's painful
If you
to run the
if you
ropes.
not used to you gonna feel it because I remember my first time coming back to training. That was the first thing I did was start running the ropes, and I felt it like not even half an hour later, and started to feel the whips on my back. You
Woodage just said he said maybe 2026 will be the year if the youngins are, or as some wrestling fans are getting burnt out on Cody Rhodes and some others. I agree. Like it is getting boring, watching the same guys. Now, don't get it twisted. I love Cody Rhodes. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. I enjoy Cody Rhodes. I like Cody Rhodes. He's cool, but it's like damn, can we just can we get somebody else wrestling? Can we get some more people out here? Like, can we get a different push? And that's why I think they are pushing people like Carmelo Hayes and bringing people up like Trick Williams and bringing people, back like Ilya Dragunov. And, also speaking on that, Tommaso Ciampa's contract
know?
expired. He's not going back to the WWE.
Wow.
So there goes DIY out the door for everybody. 2026 there will be no DIY. It'll be just Johnny Gargano getting a push as a singles wrestler. That's why he wasn't there last night on Friday night SmackDown with Johnny Gargano. His contract is up. So that's another relating factor that's going on right now. Ciampa left because he couldn't RKO Randy Orton. Hey, that was a good little video sequence that they
I
had going.
remember that.
Yeah, that was
I
funny.
remember he tried it and then Undertaker popped up. It was like stupid.
Yeah, it was quite funny, man. On another note, you see what's his name? Ethan Page of NXT. They're using him like he's everywhere, man, for NXT. He's in AAA winning belts. He's a huge wrestler. He's bigger than what he was in AEW. Might not have had the contract payment, but he's bigger than what he was in AEW. What do you think about his push?
I think it's pretty good, there's a guy that I work with, and he loves Ethan Page, man. Every time I see him, he'll look at me, he'll do this. He'll like, oh, ego, and I'll mess with him. He'll like, hey, all ego. I'm like, man, nobody ain't studying Ethan Page. He's the best wrestler in the world. I say, you know what? You're probably right because he's on the road.
He
And
ain't the best wrestler in the world, but he is dope. He's really good at what he does. He really is. Like, I really wish that the WWE would push these guys. You know what I mean? I really wish that they would give them the push. Like, I understand that they love nostalgia. They're a nostalgia company. oh wow, let's bring back, Goldberg. Let's bring back Brock Lesnar. Let's bring back Chris Jericho. Let's see if Sting will come back. We love nostalgia, but these older wrestlers can only produce so much. And I'm not hating. Like, I can't get out there and do what they're doing. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna dare put my body on the line to get suplexed like Stone Cold Steve Austin on concrete. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? But what I do enjoy is the fulfillment of seeing dope matches. Like, WWE has the storylines. Okay, they got people that can write stories. We know this, but can they write matches? Like, we all know. Listen, AAA the other night had Undertaker and somebody else producing the show to help produce the show.
Mhm.
And that's the reason why the show was really good. Like, I don't know what their plans are, but I feel like there hasn't, like I said on the last podcast, there hasn't been much of a build-up for WrestleMania. There hasn't been much of a build-up for Royal Rumble, and I think the Royal Rumble is at the end of this month. Isn't Royal Rumble at the end of this month?
Yeah, it is. It's usually up around January, and then they follow up with Elimination Chamber.
It's the Royal Rumble, then the Elimination Chamber, and then it's WrestleMania. Yeah, but there's been no build up. There's been no.
Yeah, that's the crazy part, because like that's what I anticipated on. Like people used to do it every year, and it's like I have not heard nothing, not from the commentators, not from the special ads they used to put up on YouTube and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, it don't even feel like WrestleMania no more, because now John Cena's retired, Undertaker's gone, and I say about the only person they got wrestling right now is like
Randy Orton.
Rey Mysterio, and he's what, 51 now?
Yeah, and Randy Orton. They're the last ones, bro. They're the last ones. They are the last ones. Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio are the last ones.
Yeah, The Rock ain't doing much anymore because he doing movies and stuff. That whole thing with John Cena's heel turn, that got sabotaged.
Bro, that was kind of weird. I don't know what that was all about. Like, you had The Rock turn with John Cena, and then he never showed up anymore. I'm like, yo, what the fuck was that all about?
What was the whole damn point of that turn if Rock ain't gonna be involved? And then after that, Travis Scott, him and WWE fell out, and he was gonna be part of the DLC for 2K25, but due to fallout, yeah.
What happened with that? What happened? What was that? What was their falling out about? What did they fall out for? I gotta look this up because I don't even know why they fell out. Why did Travis Scott and the WWE fall out?
I don't know. I think it was the whole thing with when Cody got attacked and he was hitting Cody with the belt, and then Travis came in and intentionally jabbing him in the face, and he wasn't really supposed to. Like, I don't know, but like for real though, it's like I don't know if they couldn't come to an agreement with stuff, or if Travis felt that since Rock's gone, how would he fit in? You know what I'm saying? Because I thought that they were gonna give Travis a match, like have him debut in a match against Cody or something.
Oh yeah, so they didn't have like a public beef or anything like that. It was just that creativity didn't align.
Yeah,
that's all. Creativity didn't align.
There's a thing on Netflix called WWE Unreal or something like that. It goes behind the scenes. I never watched it because like I feel like if you go put a curtain back like that, I mean this is my opinion.
You're supposed to let people know your secrets, bro.
It just ruins everything for everybody.
Yeah, you're not supposed to let people know your secrets like that. Like, you ain't the NFL. This ain't the NFL. You know what I mean? This ain't the NBA, the NFL. We don't need to see what's going on in the locker room.
Yeah.
Like,
And you see why Vince never did that.
nah, because it keeps people in a suspense. Like, oh, what's next? They keep them in character as well.
Right.
But
All it does
I mean,
is push the fan base away. And like
but think about this though. How can you brand yourself if you're not doing the things that these new wrestlers are doing? If you're not putting yourself on a podcast, if you're not putting yourself out there, you can't brand yourself. You know, Vince McMahon branded his wrestlers. They didn't have to brand themselves because they have Vince McMahon to brand them. So, but nowadays, indie wrestlers, independent wrestlers, and things of that sort have to brand themselves. They have to brand themselves. They have to put themselves out there. And the only way to do that is social media. And you can't you can't be a heel. I mean, you can, but then you can't on social media. You know what I mean? People will report you. So you try to be as welcoming as possible to your fans. You know what I mean? So that you can grow your brand, so that you can grow your brand. And so you have to break character. You have to do interviews. You got to do podcasts, and you got to be a human. You got to show that you're a human being. You know, because think about it. WWE, AEW, when they're in the act, they're just actors at that time. After they leave the ring, they don't have to be in that act no more. Like, I get that back in the day they did that just so that, you know, it put more of a feeling to it when people seen them in public, but it didn't really it doesn't really build a brand for you nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to build your own brand.
That too, because he stuck to the character for so damn long. People were actually beginning to think he actually looked like that. You know what I'm saying? They always seen him in black clothing, and you know he was always in character. I mean, he protected that character so much it became his baby. So I like stuff like that. You know, I understand how when you got a certain character, you gotta keep up with it. You know, you want to be intrigued in what you're doing and how you living and stuff like that. It makes me think like, okay, when I get in the business, how would I put myself out? You know what I'm saying? And you know how to approach it. I mean, I think that with younger wrestlers, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
They want to be just like the hero, but they can't. It's already, it's already been done. So, like attitude and stuff like that.
Now, we was talking about some other stuff earlier, man, about favorite wrestlers and things of that sort. Your favorite wrestler, you said, is Eddie Guerrero. Man, my favorite wrestler of all time, people will laugh.
I'm not gonna laugh. Everybody got
my favorite wrestler of all time is AJ Styles.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. No, ain't nothing wrong with that.
And the reason being is because AJ Styles, he really worked his ass off, man. Like, he worked hard, you know, from TNA, New Japan Wrestling to WWE. He worked hard to get to the WWE. He did. He didn't just have an easy route like Austin Theory or Roman Reigns and all them guys. He didn't have it easy. He came from a promotion that literally tried to rival the WWE at one point because they were hitting it off. They had like Booker T, the Bubba. They had Team Dudley Boys. They had Booker T, the Dudley Boys, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles. Bro, they had Frankie Kazarian, man, Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, RVD, Kurt Angle, Sting. They had so many people. Scott Steiner. Like, they had a lot of people. And see, at that time, you know, wrestling fans, they always have something to say, especially the ones that sit at home and don't do nothing. They always, oh, they're old, they're getting old. So, you know, I say the same thing, but I can't do what they do. I'm not going to get out there and put my body on the line. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to. Because listen to this. One slip up, you're going to end up like Darren Draws. One slip up, you done. That nigga must be frozen. Yeah, he frozen, y'all. We're gonna go here though. But we know exactly what it is. And shout out to all the wrestlers, man. Shout out to all the indie wrestlers that's on my Facebook page. Shout out to everybody that's there, everybody that's doing their thing.
I'm
You know what I
sorry,
mean?
bro. My
No,
camera
it's
got
good. It's good. But like I was saying, I said one mess up, out there in the ring, you're gonna end up like Darren Droz, man. See what happened with him and D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown did one thing, one movement, and he was paralyzed from the neck down. So you got to give these guys a lot of credit for putting their bodies on the line. And if they mess up, so what?
cover it up.
Like,
If you mess up something, do something.
I'm gonna just say this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say this. All the people that sit there and talk bad about, wrestlers messing up. Oh, he bounced off the rope. Oh, he doesn't look fast in the ring. Oh, he's botchy. How do you even have the room to talk? Have you even attempted any of these moves for yourself? And if you have, were you very successful?
And that's why I tell people all the time. Like, if you go bad mouth something that you ain't gonna be able to keep up with, or you ain't never tried before, don't talk bad about it because you don't know what we go through.
Listen, I'm not gonna talk bad about somebody doing a 450 splash and not hitting it on target when I can't even do a backflip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who am I to say, oh, this guy's moveset sucks when I don't even have a moveset of my own?
No.
You know what I mean? I can't do that. And that's what sickens me about, most wrestling fans. Like, be a fan. Like, don't be a critic. You know what I mean? Don't try to criticize something that you can't do. And even if you are in the ring, you ain't in the WWE, you ain't in the AEW. So how can you criticize somebody that's doing something on a grander stage than you are? You can't do it.
No, people think they had the right to say anything because they have a mouth. And
okay, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. Okay, cool. But at the same time, you make yourself sound stupid to people who think logically. If you really think logically, anybody that sits here and talks about anybody that does what you guys do, like they do it and really don't do it, they make themselves look like a fool. They make themselves look like a fool. If they now if they're giving their point of view, like, hey, I feel like such and such could have done better, or I feel like they wasn't on their best night. They slipped up a few times, and I feel like they could have done better. That's not criticizing. That's just giving your point of view, and that's it. And I feel like there should be more of that from people than hating on somebody or trying to downplay their talent just because they messed up a few times in the ring. I mean, I would love to see the people that sit out there on the keyboards, man, just go out there and do what they do. Go out there for a whole month and do 4 shows that whole month and tell me how you feel after you get done. You think your moves are going to be crispy? When your body hurts, when your back may be spasming, and now you have to walk and you have to perform on this night without doing any takes. There ain't no takes, man. There ain't no take 1 or take 2. It's this here and now. The damn bell rings. Now we got to perform. If my back hurts for real and I got a little limp, I got to put that shit away for today.
Yeah. And then they'll to realize like how much us wrestlers go through. Like how Undertaker, like how he will wrestle once a year, but he had to go through a lot to prepare for that WrestleMania match. Like he had to get shots, to prevent the pain, a lot of therapy, all that crap. There's a whole documentary, The Last Ride. You see everything. That lets people know. Those wrestlers go through a lot just to prepare to perform for them.
Bro, and I'm gonna tell you like this. People talk bad, the ones that don't know what pain is, and you got to take pain pills to kind of try to survive. Like the folks that be trying to talk bad about, oh, well, he's a steroid head, and oh, this and this. Like, have you ever even been in any of these people's situation for you to even try to talk about the next person? Like, I tend to ask, and I would love to ask other people that have, you know, that have a say or feel like they can say whatever. And I would love to ask them, like, what makes you feel that you have room to talk about somebody who's on a grand stage that's doing the situation, that's doing it all the time? You know what I mean? They're doing this. We're not. We're just fans. So how can we say, oh, he's botchy, he doesn't do good moves, his move set and all this other blase? Who are we to say that? And if we were on that level of critiquing, then we would be a part of the promotion.
Right.
If we knew so much and knew all that, bro, knew how to teach people, when we'd be professional wrestling trainers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man,
people gotta stop, man. They need to stop, because like the fact that they need to tell themselves that would never be in our shoes.
yeah.
Like, you know,
I'm never gonna jump off the top rope, bro, outside the ring through a table. Never. I don't know too many people who would, except for people who love wrestling and actually would love to do wrestling.
mhm.
Like, do you know your body goes through a lot more physically than a UFC fighter?
Yeah, it does.
Like, that's crazy, right?
I remember the first time I think I jumped off the top rope and did a drop kick from the top rope. I was kind of like, am I able to pull this off? I mean, I like for my size, yeah, but you know the outcome. You know what I'm saying?
Hidden, you know, I don't think people realize, some people don't realize that those are boards that you guys, you know, that's
Yeah.
not a mat. Those are boards. Like, those are boards with a pad over the boards. That's it.
Mhm.
That's it. Like, it takes a lot to go through that, bro. It takes a lot, bro. But hey, we finna wrap this thing up, y'all. You know, we've been on, you know, talking for a minute. We appreciate y'all for stopping on by. We're gonna start up a next one here soon. We don't know when, but we will be jumping on, and that's when y'all will know. But until the next one, y'all be smooth. Y'all be safe. This is the Wrestling Unleashed podcast. Altman, we out. Peace.
Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger. No,